Welcome back to Syncounting Tax Academy. Today, we're going to learn something really surprising and maybe even a little magical about taxes. Did you know that the tax rules we follow today didn't just appear out of nowhere? They didn't come from a book or a magic wand. They came from real people, real stories, and real problems. Every time someone said, "This doesn't seem fair," or "I think this is wrong," it could lead to a rule being made, changed, or clarified. So when you think about taxes, remember, behind every rule, there's a story, and behind every story, there's someone asking for fairness. Samai. Sam, who decided all these tax rules anyway? Sam. Well, Samai, many rules were created when people and the government didn't agree. Sometimes someone would pay too much tax, or maybe not enough, and they would say, "Hey, that's not fair." Samai. Like when kids argue about who gets the last cookie and a teacher steps in to help? Sam. Exactly like that. Just like a teacher listens to both sides, tax rules are shaped when someone has to decide what's fair. Samai. So, taxes are kind of like playground rules? Sam. Yes, only these rules affect everyone in the country, not just your classroom. And just like on the playground, if the rules aren't fair, people speak up, and sometimes that changes everything. Layton. Hi everyone. Let's talk about something called a tax case. Samai. A tax case? Is that like a detective story? Layton. In a way, yes. A tax case happens when someone says, "I don't think this rule was applied correctly." It could be a business owner, a family, or even just one person. They might believe the IRS made a mistake or that the rule isn't fair in their situation. Samai. So they ask someone else to check it? Layton. Exactly. They go to a court or a special tax board, and a judge or expert looks at the problem carefully. They study the details, listen to both sides, and then make a decision. Samai. So, the answers from these cases actually shape the rules we follow today? Layton. Exactly. Think of it like building a bridge. Each important case lays a stone, making the bridge stronger and safer for everyone. Samai. I didn't know taxes could be like building bridges. Sam. They are, Samai. Every time fairness is fought for in a case, it strengthens the rules and makes them better for everyone. Lolla. Hello everyone. Let's talk about fairness. Samai. So fairness means the government doesn't always win? Lolla. Right. The goal is not to punish people or let them get away with breaking rules. The goal is to make sure the rules make sense and are fair in real life. Samai. So, like when a teacher makes sure everyone has a fair chance to play the game. Lolla. Exactly. Tax cases help make sure the rules are fair for both the taxpayer and the government. Sam. Cases remind everyone that rules must work in real life, not just on paper. They must fit the real stories of real people. Samai. Wow. So even adults have to follow these fairness rules just like we do in school. Lolla. Yes, Samai. And sometimes, these cases teach important lessons about honesty, responsibility, and how to stand up if something doesn't seem right. Layton. When we help clients today, we use lessons from old cases. Samai. Even if they happened hundreds of years ago? Layton. Yes. The lesson still matters. If a rule was clarified by a case long ago, we can use that knowledge to help someone now. Lolla. It's like learning from history. We study what happened, see what was fair, and then use that to make decisions today. Samai. So these old stories are like treasure maps for figuring out tax rules? Layton. Exactly. And just like treasure maps, they guide us through tricky situations, helping us make strong arguments and protect our clients. Sam. And the more cases we study, the better we get at helping people. It's like practicing a sport or learning an instrument. Samai. I didn't think tax rules could be exciting like that. Sam. Let me share a story that really shows how a case changed a rule. Samai. I love stories. Sam. Many years ago, a small business owner, bought something he thought was necessary for his business. The IRS said, "No, that's not allowed as a business expense." Samai, "Oh no, that sounds stressful." Sam, "Yes, but he didn't just accept it. He went to court and said, 'Wait a minute, this is important for my business.'" The court listened, looked at the facts, and decided that sometimes these expenses should count. Samai, "So the rule changed because of his story?" Sam, "Exactly. And after that case, many other business owners could follow the same rule. One story, one case, changed the game for everyone." Lolla. And that's why studying old cases is so important. They are not just old stories, they are lessons we can use today. Samai, "So tax rules are really made of stories." Sam, "That's right. Every important tax rule started with someone asking for fairness, someone saying, 'This isn't right,' or 'This could be better.'" Layton. And because of those stories, the rules are clearer, fairer, and more helpful for everyone. Samai, "I like that. It makes taxes feel human." Sam, "They are human, Samai. Behind every rule, there's a story of someone trying to do the right thing or stand up for fairness." Lolla. And that's what makes our work meaningful. When we help someone with taxes, we're part of that story too. Sam, "At Syncounting Tax Academy, we don't just teach rules, we teach where they came from." Samai, "Stories, fairness, history. Taxes are kind of like life lessons." Lolla, "Exactly. And remembering these stories helps us be smarter, fairer, and more prepared." Sam, "So, the next time you hear about a tax rule, remember, there's a real story behind it. Someone, somewhere, stood up for what was fair." Tagline, "Every rule has a story. Knowing it gives you power." Samai, and that makes taxes a little less scary and a lot more interesting. Sam, join us next time at Syncounting Tax Academy, where we uncover more stories behind the rules.